Doug Lavery's playing dealer. Just what did you think in general of the defense's ability, the defensive line's ability to stop the run at Penn State and get pressure on Matt McGloin?
Well, I mean, I think that first and foremost we were looking forward to a good challenge. You know, Penn State made a decision 5 weeks ago to really stick to what they were doing. It wasn't a game plan type offense. It was an offense that this is what we're going to do. We're going to do it every week, and we're going to get really good at it. And sometimes those offenses are tough to face just because players are starting to build confidence in the play caller, the plays, how they're running them. They had backs were running hard downhill. They were one-cut runners. So it was important for us to always stop the run. Always stop the run, especially on the road. And force them to throw the ball. And the quarterback was capable, but we were able to, through pressures, through blitz package, to create some conflict with the throwing game.
Right front, Jim.
Jim Makelam, Dispatch. Mike, talk about just the development of Noah Spence. I guess you're feeling more and more confident with him out there and stuff. And just when did you kind of get your confidence in that respect? How much farther can he go, I guess, this year?
Well, I think it's a process. I try to tell all our guys that, our younger first, second-year guys, that this is a process. It's tough. I think they come from really, really successful high school careers, and it doesn't happen overnight. And so by having him learn a package and continue to expand on that, it's what you have to do. You have to gain the confidence of your players and coaches to go out there and play. And every time he goes out there, we know he's going to play hard. We just hope that his development continues and that role can expand a little bit.
What was the thing, like you said, coming out of high school where he kind of had his own way at times? What was the biggest thing he had to learn about the college game?
Well, I think that everybody's fast up here. Everybody's athletic up here. I think some of the guys that come from, just different high schools, that they're usually the best player. And that's great. But now you get up here and there's Reed Fragles are playing offensive tackle, and they're athletic, and Jack Muhort and those type of guys that you just can't run around or just overpower. So you have to try to mix in some technique and continue to do that.
Front row right, Austin.
Austin Ward, ESPN.com. Mike, you know something about playing offense and defense going back?
Not much.
Well, maybe in your limited experience, then how much appreciation do you have for what Zach has done? Not just doing it with one or two plays, but an entire move.
Well, we're excited and happy to have Zach. I think that he continues to get better every snap, every time he sees another rep. He's doing a great job, and it's inspiration for us. Play he made the other night on a screen pass, just going and running, just putting his head down and running, ran by a blocker and ran through a tackle. So those are the type of plays that we need our inside linebackers to make.
When you were doing that, did that take learning some things on the other side of the ball? How much extra work or take away from your natural stuff on defense did that take?
I ran 2 routes and I didn't block, so that didn't take very long.
Middle back, Ari.
Coach Ari Wasserman, Buckeye Sports Bulletin. Obviously, you saw Nate Williams last year at full strength before the injury. It's been a long journey back for him, and it seems as if he's now starting to become that same type of player he was before. I mean, have you seen that old Nate Williams back in the recent weeks, and what have you seen out of him recently and through the journey as he recovered from that?
Well, I think his attitude has been great. His dedication to the football team, dedication to learning and studying. We're asking him to do more. Asked him to play a little linebacker last week. Asked him to play some defensive end. So he's committed himself to this football team and doing what's best for the team. And I think that we're happy to see that. And nobody plays harder. I mean, there's going to be guys that play just as hard, but Nathan plays as hard as anybody that we have. And he throws his body around for our defense and for our team, and he's seeing good results. It's just technique things that he knows that we're continuing to work on, and he'll continue to develop.
From a health standpoint, though, does he seem like the Nate Williams of old before?
Yeah, I didn't have a chance to study Nathan Williams before just because I wasn't here. But I know he's running around and he seems quick. His get-off seems good. So I think he's back to where he was. I'm sure he's sore now where we're at in the year. 9 games in, I think he's probably sore, and just like the rest of it, rest of the players.
Front row, Bill.
Go over Bennett with this match. It looked like Michael Bennett looked like himself as a vision for the first time. Did you share that assessment? How good was he, and how important is he to the whole line?
Well, I think that we need Michael Bennett to play like that and better than that for us to be really good. And I think that there's different reasons that guys aren't able to go out there certain times in the year, whether that be packages that we're running, or players' health, or just their overall knowledge of what we're doing. And it's good to have Michael back. It's good to get him playing, get him acclimated back to getting in there. We need him to do well. We need him to flash that speed and power for a bigger man.
And just in general, I don't know what you think of the word identity, like defensive identity, but do you feel like you guys are kind of coalescing as a unit and feeling like you know what you do best and are doing it now?
I think we're trying. I think it's always a process when you have different offenses every week, and it's what's best for this offense, what's best for that offense. And I think there's a good mix between game planning and adding new things and then having some carryover. And I think that the last few weeks we've had some carryover, which has allowed our guys to play fast, to recognize things, and go play football.
Second row middle, Dave.
Dave Biddle, Bucknuts. Mike, can you talk about the development of Adolphus Washington? I know he started the year off at D-tackle, now playing strong side end. What are you seeing out of Adolphus right now?
Well, Adolphus he's lumped in there with a lot of those young guys. This is a process, and he's used to being the best player on the field in high school. And he's a big athletic kid who is learning how to play physical and learning how to play relentless and all out. I think that's the biggest thing, and Adolphus knows that. Is everything came so stinking easy to him that now it's not so easy, and he has to fight through that. And he's close, and he's making progress. So the more that we can get him on the field, whether that be to rush the passer or just help us out on early downs, it's going to be better for our defense.
What's his ceiling as a player, and what do you think he'll stay at strong side end throughout?
I don't know where he's going to be. I don't know where he's going to progress to, but I know that his ceiling, like a lot of our guys, is pretty high. I think that we have a lot of potential. Certainly need to continue to work and develop and play harder, and just learn how to play the game at the level that we're playing it.
Second row middle, Brandon.
Brandon Castello-Diozo, you mentioned that Nate was playing a couple positions for you. Now, he talked about that after the game and how you kind of did that in your NFL career. How much he's been able to learn from you and kind of take a lot in just a couple weeks of doing that. What have you been able to show him? What have you seen him?
Just trying to coach a kid that's opening his chest up and trying to give us his heart, and just he's dedicated himself to the team. So Nathan's, I think everybody plays this game for different reasons, and Nathan, is trying to make the National Football League. He's trying to come back from a knee injury, and so if that's his motivation, more power to him. But what he's done is he's dedicated himself to the team. He's staying in shape. He's working. He's trying to lead. And if you play hard and you fly around, then you have the ability to lead. And that doesn't mean you're a captain. That doesn't mean anything. That means that you show guys how to play hard, and the effort in which you go out there and play every snap, 70 snaps. That gives you the ability to be a leader on this football team.
A couple more questions. Rusty?
Rusty Miller, AP. From what this team was early in the spring, with the problems, obviously, a few scrimmages, you saw the offense, they were having difficulty with the new system, and with all the injuries that you've had in defense, is there a part of you that's surprised you 9-0?
No, I don't know. I just think that we go and we've approached this thing week to week, and we find ways to win football games. No different than a lot of teams. Some teams are blowing people out. Some teams are finding ways to win. I think we've got a bunch of guys that are believing in themselves, believing that if we can get the ball. I think the first time in a long time, our defense realized that if we could get the ball in the second half to Braxton Miller on this offense, that we were going to win the game. And I think the guys were saying that, they were talking about it, and I think they believed it.
Last question, Doug.
Mike, we know you can't go to a bowl. We know you want to win every Saturday, no matter what, obviously. But is there a bigger picture to this, that having success in the first season of Coach Meyer and this staff means something bigger for the foundation of this program going forward with Coach Meyer?
Looking back on 2001 and my career, it is much easier for players and staff and coaches to believe something when they can actually see there's results. So how we run our program, when there's results, people buy. It's really easy to buy in and believe because you can see it. Okay, we did it this way, we practiced this way, we prepared this way, and guess what? It worked. So it's real easy to say, let's continue to do it. Now, when you don't have success, it's really hard or harder to say, well, let's keep doing it, but it's not working. Well, this way, the way we prepare, the way we work, the way our kids and our coaches grind, it works. So it's really easy to buy in.